Good morning, and welcome to Tuesday Talk. I have had a horrible day. Really? I recently watched a video about a man and a woman having an interaction. He comes home and he tells her, "Today was awful. It was just terrible. It was the worst day ever." And she stops and she asks him, "Did you really have a bad day?" He goes, "Well, yeah, I did." She said, "Well, what caused it?" He said, "Well, this morning I had a meeting." She said, "How long did the meeting last?" He said, "About 5 minutes." She said, "So you had a bad meeting that lasted for 5 minutes, and because of one bad incident, you've had a horrible day?" He stops and he thinks to himself for just a moment and realizes how silly this has been. He's wasted an entire day over one split second at the beginning of the whole day. How many times has that happened to us? How often do we have something happen that's beyond our control in the morning, and as a result of that interaction, we've already dictated that it's going to be a terrible day for us? It's 10 a.m. on a Tuesday morning right now, and perhaps you overslept today. Your alarm clock didn't go off when you set it. Your kiddo took as much time as they possibly could to find all of their clothes and then lost their left shoe. And so as a result of it, you are rush. And now you've already determined today's going to be a horrible day. You went to Starbucks. They got your order wrong. You would have made it on time had it been the car in front of you been anywhere else except going as slow as they possibly can in front of you. These things happen all the time. And right after they happen, most of us will generalize the rest of the whole day because of what took place in our life. We allow 5 bad minutes to dictate our entire attitude. You see, a bad day is determined by the response in which we have towards something. We allow what happened to us to define, is the whole rest of the day going to be just like this morning? Is the whole rest of the day going to be like the last 3 to 5 minutes of my life? When we do that, we actually deny ourselves a lot of missed opportunities. Today could have been a great day for us. We may have had an experience we've never had before, but it passed us by because it's a horrible day. May I help you for just a moment? So hopefully at the end of this video, you'll be able to change the outlook and turn this day around. Number 1, recognize your attitude. This is too important. You've got to ask yourself right now, wait. Do I have a bad attitude? Right now, am I angry over things? Let me show you something really quick. There are things that are going to happen to you that are absolutely out of your control. You cannot stop, prevent, or control what happened. But do you know what you can control? The attitude with which you respond. There's some things that happened this morning that I need to ask you right now. Was it really that big of a deal? Now, there are some life situations that'll take place that you're not going to be able just to flip a switch and get over it. But there are other things you can control. Understand what those limits might be. You may have something in your life where we've given it a new terminology in today's society. We call it hangry. Well, if you're hungry and it's making you angry, go eat. If you are having a child or a teenager that's spending way too much time on screens and they're scrolling like crazy, take the screen away. Shut it off for a little while. What do you do with an infant when they're cranky, when they're whining, a little fussy? It's not because they're hungry. It's not because they need a diaper change. No, what they need is just a few minutes in a crib to take a nap. Now, in adult life, we can't take a nap every time we need one. But do you know what you can do? Take the same amount of time that caused you to have a bad attitude and just disconnect for a minute. You had a 3 to 5 minute bad meeting. Take 3 to 5 minutes to disconnect and find yourself to get recentered. I have 2 teenagers that live in my household, and sometimes teenagers do what teenagers do. They invoke a little bit of their personality that they were ingrained within them, and they'll wake up with a bad attitude, or they'll have a bad thing happen to them in that day. Now, I'm dad in the house, so how do I handle that attitude? I'll tell them they better take that attitude back upstairs, spend 5 minutes in their room, and when that door opens back up, they better snap out of it and have a much better attitude when they come down the stairs. But as adults, who gets to tell you to snap out of it? They can't. You have to be able to recognize your attitude. You have to be able to understand what your limits are. And then you need to do what we say all the time on this program. You need to focus on the positives in your life. Yes, Duncan messed up your order this morning. Yes, you got stopped by every single red light on the way to work. Yes, your kiddo walked into school this morning with 2 different socks, 2 different tennis shoes, forgot their belt, and did not put the shirt you told them to put on. They're wearing the same one from yesterday. Okay. But what is good about today? What is a positive you can look forward to? What is an accomplishment somebody's made in your life? Something you can celebrate. A little victory you can give yourself. So I'll ask you again at the end how we started. Have you really had a horrible day? Or has it just been the last 5 minutes? Anyway, thank you for joining us today, and I look forward to seeing you again next week for Tuesday Talk.